Today, for What's Growing with Chief Meteorologist Tom O'Hare, we learn what it takes to build up the soil for seeds to grow as you prepare your food plot for hunting season.
Yeah, let's check out this week's What's Growing with Tom.
Welcome back to Northern Michigan. We're out here somewhere in Sears, Michigan. Join me by Justin Morgan on Morgan Composting. We say somewhere. Why, Justin?
We had to blindfold you to bring you back here. This is our hunting spot, so we don't want to be showing you how and where we hunt.
I know, it's a great food plot right now. It looks incredible. You told me earlier that it was a small, thin strip before. You expanded this year. Things look incredible on my side. I mean, the green, you've had some good water the last couple months too. I mean, what are your thoughts on how it's looking right now?
Yeah, so in a lot of our cases, hunters, you know, if you look on the outside, there's autumn olive, there's that scrub brush, there's pines.
Yeah.
Very low pH, you know, kind of sour ground, tough to work with.
Yep.
And knowing that going in, and you know, with the farm side and stuff that we do, balancing the soil is number one anytime you start with a food plot. So we always come in with the food plot due. Of course, that is the nutrition that we need, the calcium. Of course, we put calcium in the soil, we'll put calcium in the roots, calcium in the plant, and of course growing growth for our big bucks.
Yep.
And then milk, of course, in the spring for our mothers and fawns.
Okay. And so everything might look good here, even underneath it. I don't see any yellowing going on. Just, oh, wait a minute, there's a small piece right here. Small piece. So what if I were going to my food plot and noticed lots of yellow popping up? What can I do to help fix that?
Yeah, so what you could do is you can come in with either one of our liquids. If you were gonna do more grasses, or like you were doing like a big border or like walls,
yes,
you could use the Forage Blaster. That's an 1105, so it's a lot of nutrient to help. You can do that now if things are yellowing up a little bit. We're really close to hunting season.
Yeah,
if you need some extra pop on your food plot,
right,
then you can use this on your grasses, and that will help feed that plant to make it the plant that we want with a couple weeks coming up to hunting season.
Okay.
If you have clovers, you know, and anything else like brassicas, the Alpha Blaster, you're going to use that product. It's a little lower in nutrient, but again, it gives us the fulvic acid that we put in there, the kelp. There's nutrient in there, and then there's also minerals in there, again, to help get that mineral into our plant, which will help get it into our deer.
All right. For any one question now, is it possible someone to put down food plot even now, food plot due, just because, you know, everything's growing? Could you put some extra stuff down to help it out?
Yeah, if, you know, for this fall that's later like this, you could drive over it and you could put that on there.
Right.
It's a little slower release because then you're working with the soil.
Right.
Where if you work with the liquids, it's a little more direct in the plant, and the fulvic helps open that cell wall up and then help drive that nutrient in there. So it's a lot faster response. Mm-hmm. It's more of a quick response on the liquids, where the food plot do is more of like the soil building. And again, it'll work. You just got to have it, you know, kind of think forward a little bit. If they start like turning light green, then you would put it on there. So it kind of depends on the shade of your food plot right now. If they're just lighting out a little bit, you can go with this. Or if they're kind of in that more yellow, then maybe walk with the liquid side a little bit more.
Gotcha. And I mean, the way it looks right now, I think you're going to have a pretty good season. Who knows, but it looks pretty good. It looks enticing and smells enticing too.
Yeah, you know, that's the number one thing too, is we put grazing brassica and the triple that. Them are my, you know, two of my favorite ones as far as a brassica mix.
Yep.
And then underneath, if you look close, you can see the clovers, and that's the Morgan Big Butt clover and then the Uncle Butt clover. We mix it all together. And again, I tell people all the time, there's no secret seed out there for deer. Right. They're just like you and I. They love a buffet. So any of my food plots, I've always put a lot of different variety of seeds out there, because they're always constantly, they're a herd animal and they love to graze. Yep. So they're going to graze and pick through, and that's why we're opening ours up just a little bit bigger every year. With the bait band on and everything else, you want to make sure you got plenty of food in your area, especially in a heavily wooded or heavy covered area. Make sure your food plots are big enough to feed the amount of deer that you may be bedding here.
And you know, myself, I can't wait to get that first frost, that first taste of fall out there, because hunting season not too far down the road, but you know, it's harvest season and time for farmers to take care of the soil, the ground. We talk about how these guys here take care of the farmers across much of the state.